Do you guys remember when I made that vlog about 5 years ago talking about how I would start my own business for the first time? Well, it's about 5 years later now, and there's been a couple of huge updates. But since that vlog and now, in the past 5 years to be exact, there's been a lot of businesses that I've picked up and moved on from. There's a lot of people that I've met and I've had to move on from as well. And definitely it's been the most challenging period of my life. But on top of that, it's been the most rewarding, and I'm incredibly grateful, and I don't look back with any regrets in anything that I've done. Where do we start? James and Brothers was the business that we started with when I made that vlog. And it was a business that me, Nathan, and a couple of friends shared. And absolutely, it was some of the most fun times that I've ever had in my career. We learned so much. I learned a lot about myself as a person and as a business person. It was the first time that I learned to make money by myself, and that was a very good feeling. And we met with a lot of business owners, and we worked in a lot of industries, particularly in real estate. And I'm just super grateful to be able to have that experience and learn from all these people. So if we were having that much fun, why aren't we continuing it today? But there's a lot of reasons why James and Brothers couldn't continue until today, and I'll just go through the main ones. Firstly is because I think we had too many distractions. Because I started the business when I was about 24, Nathan started at 22, it was such an exciting time for us, and we had nothing to lose. So we did like 4 or 5 businesses at the same time. We had like James and Brothers, which was the main one. We had Rooming Costs, which was a side hustle, just managing my parents' properties. We had a design studio. We have this another business that I don't even remember anymore. When you've got that many things going on, and you're that inexperienced with running businesses, it becomes very challenging to juggle and to make one thing really great. So that's a lesson that I've had to learn the hard way. The second reason would be just at some point we just lost interest in it. I think the marketing business is something that to this day I'm very passionate about, but it's a tough business too. The barrier to entry for digital marketing was very low. So there'd always be someone younger, smarter, better looking, and just more in tune with the market. In our business, whenever you lose a client, you have to work on getting a new one. That's how you keep the business afloat. But there was a point where, and luckily Rooming Cost was growing as well, so it kept putting food on the table, but I'll go into that a bit later. But it came to a point where whenever we lost the client, we didn't really put any effort into finding a new one. And it just came to the point where Nathan said, is this a business that you want to keep and you would see yourself doing in 10 years? And the answer was no. Is this a business that we could sell or that we could pass on? And the answer was no. And it also didn't help that because Rooming Cost was growing so fast, Nathan was pretty much hands off at that point. So I was running it on my own. And running it with my brother and running it with my friends was why I loved the business so much. And it came to the point where I was just doing it on my own. I just got burnt out. That's when we decided to move on from James and Brothers. But I absolutely have no regrets because a lot of the people that we met, we're still friends with today. A lot of the employees, well, all of the employees we had, I still have a good relationship with, and a lot of them still work with me at Rooming Costs. And a lot of the clients that I had at James and Brothers are also my clients at Rooming Costs now. So I'm super grateful for that period. It taught me a lot about business, and I really can't say anything too negative about my time there because everything I see it as a learning lesson, things that we can bring into Rooming Costs. And that's how we pretty much moved on from James and Brothers and went all in on Rooming Costs. So with Rooming Costs, I just feel so lucky and grateful that we had a business that could scale so quickly and just had the right time in the market where there was such a big rental crisis and there was such a strong demand for rooms and rentals for students and for professionals. So to have that side hustle that just went from running 50 beds, which was all my parents' properties, and then being able to snowball that into managing other people's assets after COVID was over, just felt very lucky. I think our timing was very good. We had the experience in it. And thankfully, because Rooming Cost was already there, it kept putting food on the table, even though James and Brothers was slowly phasing out. So the thing about rooming costs is we went from 50 to 500 beds in the space of 12 months. So I wouldn't say it's an overnight success business, but it was a business that we've been working on for a very long time. And this is a business that we genuinely love. My parents have been in the property industry for over 30 years, just investing in rooming houses and accommodation. So this was a business that we pretty much grew up in. You know what I love most about rooming costs is that I get to be with my family, because this is an industry that my parents have been very familiar with. Me and my siblings have been revolved around with since we were little kids. So my family pretty much work in the business with me. My father, he goes through all the contracts. He talks with us before we do any negotiation. We literally call him the rooming cost wise man. My mother, she helps with investors. Anyone who wants to invest in rooming houses, I just send it to my mother and she just sells it. She sells the concept. My brother is a lawyer. He's my go-to lawyer. My younger brother's an electrician. He's my go-to electrician and handyman. My sister is a salon owner. I don't really use her beauty services, but I know it's there. And the fact that this is a family business, I really love just being able to work with my family and be around them. And I know that a lot of people say working with family is difficult. And I know, I've seen it, we did a lot of family businesses back in the Nando's days. It got very messy, but this is something that I genuinely feel works well in our company. I really love it. So over the past 5 years, I've done a lot of growing up, not just professionally, but also personally. I lost about 4 loved ones in the last 4 years. And before this, I've never really experienced loss before. I lost both my grandmothers, I lost my dog, and I also lost my uncle. And what that really taught me was that you just got to appreciate the people around you now, and you've got to appreciate just being alive. The fact that I can wake up every morning and open my eyes, I'm just incredibly grateful for that. So when it comes to rooming costs, I see making money as just a means to keep this going. It means working with people that I love, just having a good time doing it, and I really love the environment that we've created and the product that we've created. I love being able to service clients, keeping them happy, and I love working with my colleagues and my staff too. All my employees, I call them my best friends, and that's genuine. I don't think they'd say the same thing about me, but that's how I feel. And most importantly, I love just being able to be with my family, and that's the main thing. I think being in rooming costs means that I'm always in touch with my parents, I'm always in touch with all my siblings, and rooming costs, I feel like, as a family business, helps keep us together, and that's what I love about it. If you've watched all the way up until the end of this video, I just want to say thank you so much. And everyone who's just kept up with me in the last 5 years. I know I've been posting a lot of content, and a lot of you guys say a lot of supportive and nice things to me, and I'm incredibly appreciative of that. And I guess in terms of content like this, we're going to keep posting more content about the rent business, about rooming houses, student accommodation, the rooming cost product. And at the end of the day, we're here to make renting great again. See you in the next video.